This little movement reflects pure genius. The genius of the Minolta AF Telecamera. The genius of the very first autofocus auto-everything compact to build in 2 lenses, 1 standard, 1 telephoto, motorized at the flip of a switch. Minolta AF Tele gives you brilliant 35mm pictures of someone close or even closer. Make the creative choice. Minolta AF Tele.
Only from the mind of Minolta.
I am Iron Man. In the duel against time, nobody beats the Iron Man. All brawn and brains from Timex.
So exceptionally smooth. The night belongs to Michelob.
Welcome back to Portland, Maine, the concluding moments of 1986 Skate America.
This is ESPN, the Total Sports Network.
Fourteen-year-olds Christy Phillips and Phoebe Mills might be the best gymnasts in the USA today, and they're only on the junior national team. Both train at the same club. Both are Olympic hopefuls for 1988. But right now, the spotlight has been on Christy Phillips, who in 1986 became the youngest American gymnast to win the American Cup. Phoebe Mills has not been taking her silver medals lightly. Hard work and determination resulted in an all-around upset in this meet against China as Phoebe Mills took the gold from her heavily favored teammate, Christy Phillips. On the men's side, Olympic gold medalist Scott Johnson and veteran competitor Brian Babcock are the backbone of the USA squad. Scott Johnson suffered a lapse in concentration this year and barely made the national team. A 15th place finish at the USA Championships in June of 1986 woke him up. Scott Johnson has been training with intensity. He is back. Inspired by Johnson's rededication, his teammate Brian Babcock. At 26 years of age, Babcock won a scholarship for enduring excellence in the sport. Babcock would like to endure through 1988. Today, the USA is looking to the Far East as China has sent its best in the form of 17-year-old Li Ge. And on the women's side, it is 15-year-old Chen Sui-Ting. Today, she will try for 4 gold medals. These 2 teams have converged upon the sunny shores of Honolulu, where it is so difficult to not be distracted by such breathtaking beauty.
I don't want to do this.
It'll be great.
I'll be scared.
Just think how glad you'll be when you're all done and maybe we'll all go to McDonald's.
I'll be glad when I'm done. I'll be glad when I'm done. I'll be... Think McDonald's. Oh, I wish I were already there instead of here playing this song. Oh, I would have a big chocolate shake, a cheeseburger, and also, whoops, and also fries. And I would eat my fries myself and not give any to my dumb brother. Hands off, they're mine, all mine. Oh boy, my recital is almost done. It wasn't bad, I'm still alive. And now I can have my chocolate shake, my cheeseburger, and also whoops, and also fries.
to Michelob.
There's just one place you need to go for all the names and games making sports news.
ESPN Sports Center. 3 times every day, Chris Berman and Gail Gardner bring you the latest scores, the hottest trades, and the top plays from the world of sports. Sports Center takes you on the road with live remotes from major events like the World Series and the Indy 500. Sports Center, your total source for sports, only on the Total Sports Network, ESPN.
Welcome to beautiful Waikiki, where ESPN, the Total Sports Network, presents International Gymnastics. From the Neil Blaisdell Arena in Honolulu, Hawaii, it's the McDonald's USA versus China Gymnastics Challenge. This telecast is brought to you by McDonald's. It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's. You may think that the breathtaking beauty of Honolulu exists only in its palm trees, its sandy beaches, and its rolling surf, but I promise you as we move inside the Blaisdell Arena that you will see some breathtaking performances in men's and women's gymnastics. Hello everyone, I'm Leandra Riley, and what we have in store for you are the individual event finals. The team competition has already transpired, and on the men's side, China defeated the United States by a little better than 4 points. On the women's side, the reverse was true. The USA prevailed, but in the history of this 6-year event between the USA and China, the United States won by the smallest of margins, just 0.15 of a point. Right now, though, let me introduce to you the gold medal broadcast team that ESPN has assembled for you. I'm surrounded by a pair of 1984 Olympians who both won gold medals. On my right, Peter Vidmar, and on my left is Mary Lou Retton, the all-around champion. And Mary Lou, I'm going to talk to you first. We saw in the beginning of our telecast a bright star for China in the form of Chen Xingzhe.
China did bring one of their best. Chen is a phenomenal gymnast, very powerful, very strong. She just got back from the Asian Games and came back the all-around winner. And she's something that the American gymnasts are going to have to look out for. And if she had not fallen on the uneven parallel bars, there was a very good chance that she might have won the all-around title yesterday. But that did not happen. It went to a very close battle between Phoebe Mills and Christy Phillips. These two, I tell you, it's like a competition within a competition between Phoebe and Christy. Christy was favored to win this competition, but Phoebe did pull out and defeat her. Phoebe has been taking training very seriously, and she came out on top this time.
When Phoebe's competing against her own teammate, is that tougher for her?
Actually, it helps because they're in the gym competing against one another every day, so it becomes natural for them.
So it sounds like we have a battle between Phoebe and Christy brewing again today. But now let's talk about the men. And on this side, we have to really address Scott Johnson because he's the only 1984 Olympian that's competing in this gymnastics meet.
That's right, but Scott really had some problems early on in the year. He placed 15th at the USA Championships, and he just barely made the national team. So I think that was a good kick in the pants for Scott because he really started training hard. He looks better than I've seen him since the 1984 Olympics. And Scott could have won the all-around competition, but he fell off the horizontal bar on the last event. And that made room for some real top Chinese talent to sweep the all-around.
Speaking of top Chinese talent, theirs is also a youth movement. They have a 17-year-old, Li Ge. We saw him briefly in our opening, and he looks like he's going to be quite a superstar.
I think Li Ge will be one of their top gymnasts in just a few years. He's only 17. He could be one of their best gymnasts by the 1988 Olympics.
Not only their top gymnast, but quite possibly he could be the top gymnast in the world if he keeps progressing at this rate.
Absolutely.
All right, you may be wondering what is at stake here in this gymnastics competition. The individual event finals mean there are 10 medals at stake, 6 for the men, 4 for the women. When we come back...
Listening to actual consumer comments about Wella So Fine, the no-rinse conditioner in the patented non-aerosol package.
With the Wella So Fine, you spray it into your hair and you leave it in your hair.
This allows your hair to shine through, and the cream rinses don't.
The problems that I was having with instant conditioners is you put so much in your hand and you put it in your hair, and then 3/4 of it gets rinsed down the drain. And you're paying for something that is down the drain. I mean, you know, it's gone.
It actually renews the curl in a permanent because it doesn't have that heaviness.
I can spray it on my hair, and it goes on evenly, and I can go instantly out into public. And because it's transparent, no one can tell that I have it on my hair.
Call Wella's toll-free number now and receive a $1 store coupon towards your purchase of Wella's So Fine Conditioning Mist.
And it makes it more bouncy and shinier.
This America's Cup update is brought to you by Crum & Forster and your independent agent.
It's going to be 4-1, Stars and Stripes over USA. And when we race the New Zealanders, I think the score will be something similar. but I don't want to sound cocky at this point. We have a lot of work to do, and talk is cheap. But whoever wins the battle between Stars and Stripes and the New Zealanders is going to win the America's Cup.
Amazing, isn't it? The number of good things we accumulate as part of the good life. Things we've worked hard to acquire and would hate to lose. Crum & Forster insurance experts specialize in protecting valuable possessions. Together with your independent agent, Crum & Forster knows best how to insure homes, cars, and all the things that make the good life good. Crum & Forster and your independent agent. Experts recommending experts.
Welcome back to the Neil Blaisdell Arena. I'm Leandra Roddy, along with Peter Vidmar and Mary Lou Retton. We are beginning our coverage of this competition with the men's floor exercise event. And the first gymnast that we are about to see is from the Chinese team. This is Shang Yong.
Mike Rice scores 9.5 on floor exercise.
Shang's a very powerful gymnast, and he does a great mount. He goes way up in the air, and that's one of the real fortes for the Chinese team. They're very, very powerful.
Shang Yong is 20 years of age. There are no carryover scores into this competition. Whoever gets the best score that you are watching will win the meet.
There's his full in back out, very, very high, a perfect landing. Now he sets up for his next tumbling pass. It's a front flip walkout, a round off back handspring double back flip. He's really, really got his landings down right now. Now he does a neat little trick here. It's first done on the pommel horse, but now it's a flare on the floor. Now Zhang is going to fulfill his balance requirement as he presses up to a handstand. There's a round off, pike straddle side flip. Now we heard the little gong of the bell, which means that he has about 20 seconds to finish his routine.
A men's floor exercise routine must be from 50 to 70 seconds in length.
So far he's had perfect landings, and here's a double back flip and just a minor hop. Very, very good routine.
Zhang Yong, 18 years of age. He's happy. And while the judges calculate his score, we are going to move over to the women's vaulting competition. From Hunan, this is Zhang Yingze.
She is a very powerful gymnast, one of the most of the Chinese. You can watch, she's got a fast run. Nice layout, full with Sukahara. She took a little hop on the ending, but straight body all the way around.
How crucial is that little hop on the ending?
It's a 10th. Every set, you take a step, you take a hop, it's a 10.
All right, Zhang Yingze is going to execute 2 vaults. She does not get to choose the higher of the 2 vaults for her score. What she must do is average the 2 together. And they must be from 2 different families of vaults. How do you feel about that, Mary Lou Retton? Is that the preferred way to vault?
It's easier to take the higher score of the better vault, but I think that you get out your best vaulters from the averaging. That's my opinion on it.
Zhang Yingze.
Just waiting for her score, and then she'll get the go-ahead to take her second vault.
She began gymnastics in 1979 and has been a member of the national team for 2 years.
There she addresses
Now for the
the
second
judge.
vault for Zhang Yingze.
9.65, her score for the first vault.
Decent score for her. She goes. She does a tuck pull this time. She took a big step on the ending, and that's going to cost her. But between the 2, she's going to average a good score.
Our next competitor on floor exercise now
Running.
represents the
Watch,
United States
the knees are
Junior
bent this
Speech
time, and
Communications
she took the
major
big
from the
step
University
back.
of Minnesota, Rob Brown.
So that'll be a big 10th deduction.
Yes.
We're moving back over to men's floor exercise competition. We'll bring you the vaulting scores in a moment. Jean